I put my car in drive. My ass started rolling down the hill. Why is my car not on? Baby, the sound of you. Guys, it's your girl Ky'mari, and I'm here with another story time. I'm stalling, you're not waiting, so let's get into the video. So we're gonna talk about the time where I was on that stuff bed, and not stuff, but like, you know, little tree, little vape, you know. So I'm gonna tell you about the first time I ever blew down. So I was like 15, 16. I had went out of town. I had stayed out of town for like 2 years, and I went there for, I don't even know what it was. I think it was like, was it summer? I think it was just for a break. It was probably for a break or something. And I went down there, and my older cousin, she was like, she gonna get some tree and we gonna blow down and stuff. That's what we did. We went to this park. She got it from this dude. I don't even know if she knew the dude for real. We did that. Mind you, I probably don't even know what I'm doing for real. I did not get, can I say hi? I don't think I can. I didn't get, you know, buzzed or nothing. Buzzed sound like you drinking lick. I didn't feel nothing. And I was like, what? I was like, did they sell us some corn? Da, da, da. I didn't even feel nothing. Da, da, da. And probably didn't, because then we went to the skating rink. I guess it hit a little bit, but like when you blow down, well, when I have before, it don't take that long for you to feel it. So I don't know what was up with that. I'm not gonna lie. So that was my first time. After that first time, you know, I didn't make it a habit. It wasn't a habit of mine. A little bit after that, me and my other cousin did get caught blowing down paper. Like literally, we was rolling paper that you write on and taping it around. I mean, like, we was putting tape around it and then actually like blowing down in my uncle's room and stuff. And we got caught by her older brother, and I don't remember what his reaction was. He either was gonna snitch on us or he was laughing at us. I don't know which one. I don't think he snitched though, because I don't remember getting in trouble by nobody else. I don't remember getting in trouble by nobody else. So cool. Fast forward later on in life, I go through my first actual real breakup. I started working at a new job. Me and my cousin, we was blowing down a little bit, but it was not like every single day type stuff. It wasn't every single day. And sometimes my cousin, she would take my uncle stuff, and we would blow down his stuff, because yeah, and he said something to us about it, and I think I snitched and told him it was my cousin, or we lied and said that it wasn't us. I don't know. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, so I got this new job. I just going through a breakup. I meet this new guy immediately, and I remember, oh, we worked together. I forgot to say that. I don't know if I did. Yeah, we worked together at the new job that I had, and he like asked me one day, he was like, you trying to blow down together? And I was like, yeah. So after that day, baby, I started blowing down every day. Every day. Okay, I'm not gonna say right exactly after that day, but soon after that, I started like, you know, blowing down more. My little blood, it was, oh, I skipped the part. Okay, so before I got a new job, I was blowing down occasionally with a coworker that I had. She was a girl. Sometimes she would take me home, and I would always want to ride home with her because she used to let me blow down with her, and I used to work with my dad. He would be taking me home if she wasn't, and obviously my dad's not about to blow down with me. I'm not 18 yet. It would be occasionally, like, she wouldn't take me home all the time, but it was, you know, often-ish. Like, it was about the same up until, you know, this new job, and I started doing it way more. I'm doing it every day, before work, after work, during work. Like, I then started to feel like I was moving faster at work because I was on cloud 9, okay? Like, I don't know. So mind you, like I said, I'm going through this breakup, and I start blowing down more around this time. So I'm using the, you know, what can we have to call it something besides, oh, tree. I can say tree. I'm blowing down a tree, and I'm using a tree to like help me with my emotions of dealing with this breakup as well. But I'm also talking to this new guy, but it's just making me like compress my feelings. Like, it's just making me not care like about the breakup. Like, I don't know, I was really just using, I was using it to avoid my feelings. That's why I was using it. I'm not gonna lie, I was on the bed because I was just avoiding my feelings. So I remember at one point my friends, they was like, Madison, you need to slow down. Like, take a little break, take a little 2-week break, y'all. When I tell you I could not make that 2 weeks, I could not make 1 week at first. I remember on New Year's, because I had started dating a guy on whatever New Year's. We wasn't together on New Year's. We was toxic. But we all was together, like all the people that I was working with at that job, like we was all cool, and we had all linked up on New Year's at one of their apartments. And we was, I'm talking about blowing down a tree back to back to back to back to back to back. This dude had wrote a big, like it was so long, or it was so big, or both. I don't know. And I was not tapping out. I was not tapping out, even though I was faded. I was not tapping out. Like, I was like, no, I'm a G. Like, my best friend, she had tapped out. I said, no, baby, I ain't. Ex-best friend. It's like, no, I ain't doing that. Oh, also, I said I had started vaping as well. So, with the vaping, I don't even know if I can say that on here. We're gonna call it V. So I started Ving. I just remember one day I was at work. We was up in our little, like, this little area where they all was already Ving. And I wasn't doing that shit. I was so against. I was like, I would never do that. That's nasty. Y'all smoking cigarettes. Like, it's bad for your body. I hit that thing one time. I liked how it made me feel. I started doing it more. I started asking them for theirs more. And I just ended up buying my own. And I was on them so bad for like a good 2 years. 2 or 3 years. It was like 2 years. No, 2 years. I'll get to how I quit both. I remember one time, like, you know, like I said, my dad was not gonna blow down with me because I'm not 18 yet. So he did tell me that. I remember one time I was around my mom and my dad, and we were just visiting her. Occasional visit that she just occasionally seeing her. She popped up in my life once out of all of the times that she. Anyway, she just popping in and out of my life. So this is one of her times she popped in my life. And she asked my dad, she was like, so when you gonna blow down with Madison? Because I had blew down with my mama. She didn't tell him that though, because he would have been mad. But he was like, she not 18, I'm not doing that with her yet. So fast forward from this day, we go out of town. My dad take all of my siblings and my cousin and his new girlfriend. And we went out of town, and my brother and my dad was outside blowing it down, chatting, talking. I go out, because my sister, I told my older sister, I was like, come out there with me so I can, you know, blow down with them. And she was like, no, girl, just go out there and ask, like, you'll be good. So I go outside, I sit down. My brother has it in his hand, and I put my hand out to get it. He gonna pass it to my dad. Trifling. Like, I looked at him, I said, oh. Mind you, my brother blows down with me, mind you. So I looked at him, I was like, oh. So I asked my dad, I was like, so can I? He told me, yeah, I don't care. So I blew down with my dad. We was out there talking on cloud 9, just chatting about whatever. Like I said, back to the work, like I was blowing down before work. I'd be driving, going to work in a fishbowl, mind you, with stuff in the car, blowing down. One time I got so scared because it was these police officers on motorcycles driving behind me, and I had put it out so fast, y'all. I was so scared. I was so scared. Like, I could talk about a whole bunch of times. Actually, that's really why I made the video. I wanted to talk about the times, the crazy times. So, boom, one time, me and my homeboy, we had blew down together. He had pulled up on me. We was up in this church parking lot. Mind you, this church parking lot, I didn't hit the church before, y'all. I didn't hit the daggone church before on some hot shit. Like, not gonna lie, it's crazy. So we and not to even mention the edible, like, y'all, that shit hit different. Like, I used to be tweaking out. Like, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm all over the place because I really, it just all happened. It's not I can't even give y'all a timeline, but just to speak on the edible stuff, like for my 16th birthday, my homegirl had brought some, and when I tell you I was acting drunk off that stuff, like it didn't even feel like, I didn't remember the night. I did not remember the night when I woke up. Not only that, it started making me get into edibles, like, I'm not gonna lie. And this was before I started smoking heavy. So I started getting into the, you know, I had a boyfriend at the time. He used to literally be watching me at school because I used to be like so out of there, like I wouldn't even remember the day. Like I would just be like so like, it's like almost like people how they be on lean and stuff. Like I'm just here like, damn, I'm about to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Speaking of that, also with that boyfriend, and this was the boyfriend that I was talking about, like I was going through the breakup and I had a new job and stuff. One time we had blew down with my cousins and we was in a car and I'm like, I ain't never had no shit like that ever in my life again. Well, no, probably no, with my brother I have. But this time, like this was a once in a lifetime type of thing. It was a cookie bag. It was blue. I remember. I would never forget. I literally probably have a picture of it still. And I could not find that man to save my life, whoever sold that to me. And I was so mad because I was like, wow, what happened? Yeah. So we in a car. We in the backseat, me and him. And then my cousins, they in the front. We driving. And where we was driving by, it was like this blue sign. It was like a bright blue sign. It's dark outside. And we were riding past the sign. And then the blue lights is behind us now. We both looked at each other like this. And then we looked out the window and we saw it was a sign because we thought it was the police. We started dying laughing. That night was so crazy. My cousin, she in the front seat tweaking. We talking about some girl, don't start doing that shit. Don't start tweaking shit. Like bruh, it was crazy. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that was the best gas I ever had in my life. Hands down. Okay, back to when I was a pothead. I was talking about my homeboy. So he pulled up on me. We blowing down, we chopping it up, cool, it's time to go. Why the F? He get up in my car. Y'all, don't never forget the fear in my heart. I'm thinking I'm good. I didn't put my car in drive. My ass started rolling down the hill. Why is my car not on? My car is not on, y'all. I start rolling down the hill. I'm screaming. I scream out homeboy name. I'm like, ah! And I'm pressing the brakes because they hard. The car not on, gang. Like, I'm just... And I'm like, it was a lot. So, then when I stopped the car, because, y'all, the way it was like kind of like a hill. And then it was people's houses right in front of us. So, like, I could have flew in somebody's house with this dang on car, mind you. And I'm not too far from my house. Like, what is going on? So that happened. And I'm just dying laughing. And my homeboy was like, you good? I'm like, bro, my car would not stop. And I'm just telling him, like, tweaking out. I would never forget it. That was so funny. I used to blow down behind my job, like the building. And one time my manager literally came outside to smoke a cigarette and he saw me. Like, I was too, like, I would walk up in there and he would say little stuff to me, like, I don't know, he would just say stuff like I knew I was like, because you probably could tell for one, and you probably could smell me for two. Like sometimes people like, man, I need to put some lotion on, you need to spray, like you need to blah, blah, blah. Like I remember one time I walk in the building, customers look at me, my coworker look at me, she's like, dang man, you got some lotion or something? Like, dang. I was like, I smell that bad. And she was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And then the customer's like, I can smell her in the parking lot. Mind you, I ain't faded AF. I started laughing. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, it was that shit. I had that shit. I used to have that shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I used to be smoking big kids. Okay. That was that. And then that's when people was like, oh, you need to slow down, da, da, da. Couldn't slow down. Then eventually I realized I was avoiding my feelings, and it did affect the relationship that I did get in a little bit, kinda. Like, for one, I remember one time we was going back and forth. I was trying to tell this dude, I was like, I don't want to talk to you no more. We on the phone going back and forth. He's like, I don't care, bring me my hang up in my face. Okay. It was a lot because he didn't never like talk to me like that. He didn't never just be like, if like forget this, like call your Uber. No, I'm just playing. He didn't say that, but I'm saying like he ain't never did that before. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take him his stuff. I got my little happy butt up. I get my little 1-2. I blow down. I go to his house. I pull up. He come outside. He tried to open my door. I let the window down because he was trying to get in and talk. No, you just told me you said F me, bring your... He didn't say F me, but he was like, bring him his... And I was like, okay, sir. So what we finna talk? So mind you, I'm fat, like I'm hot, so I'm not really like caring about what him trying to talk to me and stuff. Cause I ain't gonna lie, usually I fold like I want to. Okay, let's talk. I didn't care to talk, cause like what? We don't need to do all that, baby boy. Okay, fuck a talk, F a talk, boy. Let me stop playing. Okay, so yeah, I was just like, wow. So also around this time, I was kind of doing the edibles a little bit. Like, I really wasn't, but I would sometimes because it was like somebody local who was making them. So I would do them, you know, sometimes and stuff. So I remember I had took one the night before, and they was some gummies. I think I had like took two. And they wasn't even from the dude, but I was just saying I did that too for a little bit. Like, well, sometimes I would do that as well. And I had a nail appointment the next day. Why was I late to my nail appointment? Like, I was so gone. Like, I didn't even wake up on time. And to know me is to know I'm going to wake up. I'm a light sleeper for one. I'm sure I had an alarm set. Like, I remember waking up like, oh my God. And then I'm looking at my phone. She texted me like, are you still coming? Da, da, da. And I'm like, dang. Like, so I go up in there, y'all. I'm getting my nails done. And I'm still fighting that high. It was out of control, honestly. I don't remember what was my stopping point, honestly. Like, I don't remember when I actually just quit for real. And I really think it's when I started working at Amazon. I left my relationship. I stopped being friends with everybody I was friends with. I quit the job. Like, when I stopped when I quit the job, I let go of all the friends, I let go of the dude, like, and I did realize, like, okay, you using this stuff to, like, avoid your feelings, and I really didn't like that. So, I did quit. I quit, and I have not looked back. That was in 23 to, like, it was in 24 too, I believe, when I graduated. No, because I had went to college in 23, so it was before school. So the duration of me just being a hothead, it wasn't like for a whole year, I believe. I don't know, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Yeah, cause no, it was because I remember I was it was my 12th grade year. Yeah, it was my 12th grade year. So yeah, it was the whole 12th grade year. And that summer ish kinda. When I had, cause the summer I had cut everybody off. I stopped the I know I did not stop smoking because I was going down with this dude at work sometimes. Like, he was smoking me out all the time on break. I ain't gonna lie, every break, smoking me out. Mostly every break. We was always together, and if he had some tree, we would be going down. So I didn't stop completely, but eventually I did because I had to leave the job. I left the job before. I think I left the job before school started, like a little bit before, like a week before school started or something. I don't know. But I did continue to vape. So I continue to be, but you know, I go to college. I get around people later on down the line that didn't really mess with the VN. I had stopped for a little bit in college, but I had picked it back up. Okay, I had remembered that I stopped vaping when I went back to school because my sister was like, oh, get on birth control, get on birth control. So when I went to the doctor and I was talking about my birth control, they was like, okay, do you vape? And they said that I had to stop and I had to commit to stopping because it can cause like blood clots in your lungs. So yeah, I had to stop. And even though I did stop, like I did meet a guy and like he told me that he found like a nick-free vape. Cause I think I started talking to this dude. He was like, "Oh, this is a nick-free vape, and you can get one." And I ended up getting one, and then I ended up throwing that one away. And then I ended up getting a new one that was nicotine. But it don't matter. I started doing that again. Fast forward to last year, and mind you, I'm proud of myself. I stopped the smoking because I stopped the tree. Really, I was proud of myself for that. I'm really proud of myself for, you know, stopping the tree because I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. And when I stopped, when I stopped, the withdrawals are real. They are. They're real as fuck. Like, I remember I feel like I was always moving fast. They worked the whole time. I probably wasn't even moving fast for real because I was always high. But when you are always, you know, faded and stuff when you go to work, it's like you get accustomed to doing certain things under those conditions. So maybe I was actually moving how I thought I was. But when I stopped and I removed that from my life, I also started moving a little bit slower. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I was moving slow. I was having withdrawals. I was like, not getting food out as fast as I usually do. I have to adjust back to not being, you know, like high all the time and stuff. And mind you, substance abuse kind of it does run in my family. So yeah, I definitely dealt with that. But yeah, so fast forward, so you know, I said, I would continue to vape. Fast forward to last year, 2025, I met a guy, we started dating. He never told me, like, I mean, he would tell me stuff like, you don't need a vape, but that would be probably because I said something, and he wouldn't really just judge me or nothing, or be like, oh, you need to stop. He probably did tell me I need to stop. I don't really recall, but I do know that one day, I think it was finna storm real bad, and I was like, I'm finna go home. I think it was like the weekend. He had work the next day, so we was up in my dorm, and we was about to leave. I ain't gonna lie, that was harder to stop than the treat. I'm not gonna lie, because that really was very addictive. And I really be happy when like this one girl, she was talking about how like she was quitting. I don't know if she's still quitting or not, but I was really proud of her because I'm like, girl, yes, I know how hard it is. It's hard. And even with me not buying one, I have not bought one. I have not owned one personally. I was hitting other people's at one point. Then I stopped really doing that because I wasn't really surrounded with people that was doing that. And now I just like, if I am around somebody that I know that has one and we're kicking it or something, I will hit it a few times. But compared to what I used to do, like I ain't gonna say I just stopped cold turkey because that would be like not at all. But I have not been doing, like, to know me is to know I used to chief the F out of a freaking vape. Like bad. Like I'm talking about, I wake up, I'm hitting it back to back about 10 times. Probably. I might be over exaggerating a little bit, but I would hit it back to back a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie. So it was definitely something to overcome, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that because it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's easy because it's not, especially like substance abuse is so real, and I learned about that in like, because I'm a psychology major, and I learned about that last semester, and it's real, and people really deal with that. Even going to therapy, we talked about it a lot. And then I also saw that the type of men that I choose to deal with substance abuse, or I have chose in the past, they deal with substance abuse, and I really don't like it. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like it. I be so icked out with men that smoke all the time. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not gonna say, I don't even know how to explain this. I'm trying to wrap this video up. Let me just say this. So I am not against, because like I smoke occasionally. I do not like talking to dudes that smoke all the time, y'all. Like I really don't. I have tried it here recently. I tried to, it's just icky now. Like I didn't try, like it wasn't somebody that I didn't know already. Like I already knew this person, and I was kind of like reconnecting with them, trying again, I guess. And I just don't like it. Like my ex that I just like got out of a relationship with last year, like he smokes all the time. And I'm just like, when I started dating or talking to other dudes, like that's the question I ask now, like, do you smoke all the time? Because if so, I really don't mess with it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that. I don't want to smell like, I don't want us to be going out to eat and we both smell like tree because you want to smoke, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not against it, but I don't really mess with that stuff no more. I don't like smelling like it. It just really icks me out. I don't like smoker breath. I don't like niggas that just you gotta be hot every single day. Like you have to be hot to eat. You have to be hot to function. Like you don't feel normal if you're not high. Like, I don't like that stuff. I don't really like talking to those type of dudes. I tried it not too long ago. And I'm not, I don't know. It's just kind of icky. Like, it's just unattractive to me now. I don't really like it. Like, I just don't. Like, I tried it and I was like, maybe it's okay, you know. If you don't like it, you don't like. I'm not forcing myself to talk to no man that smokes all the time. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I don't know. It's just icky, y'all. I keep saying the same thing. Because you have to understand me when I say it is nothing. I'm not gonna say I'm better than the next person because I don't smoke for real. But I will say that I'd rather surround myself. If I'm gonna be romantic with someone, I'd rather surround myself with someone who's on the same type of timing as me when it comes to that type of stuff. Because it's just not how I want to live my life for real. I'm not gonna lie. I be thinking about the long run. It's like, dudes, they don't really like, they do be I'm not gonna say they don't think about the long run, but sometimes, like, I just don't. I know what it's like to grow up in a household with a man that bows down all the time, who has substance abuse disorder, and how emotionally unavailable they can be. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I think I took the Storytime down, but at one point my sisters had snitched on me and told my dad that I was smoking and also sneaking at the house. And when that happened, I was like younger. I was like 16-ish when that happened. About the smoking thing, my dad was like, "Oh, you're my daughter. Like, I know you're gonna do that." Da, da, da. So it was kind of giving me the green light to continue to do so. So at the same, I don't know. It was kind of weird. Like, he wasn't mad about it. So I just took that as, like, you know, I can keep doing it. But I guess be respectful about it. I don't know how. I mean, you know, kind of just keep it a secret. That's what I did, basically. Like, I just kept doing it, but I just kept it a secret. Like, because he would never knew. Actually, no, because he would, like, I'll go to work hot, and then he'll be looking at me like he know or something, and I just be like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that's all I had to add in there. One more thing, I was kind of doing what I seen because my stepmom would literally, like, roll up in front of me and stuff. So I dang near, when I started, I dang near knew how to roll up a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. Like, seeing it and doing it was kind of different, but at the same time, I kind of knew what to do on some stuff. So, honestly, I don't know. I was being product of my fire. I don't want my kids to go to school smelling like tree. I just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know there's ways around that, but I don't want to be, I don't see myself living like that in the future. But yeah. That's it for this story time, y'all. Like I said, y'all, I throw down with my friends and stuff. Feel me? Like, it's cool. It's gang them. But that's Jean and them, you know? But I don't care to just be blowing out all the time. I'm not gonna lie. It's not me. No more. I don't avoid my feelings for real. Not with weed, anyways. Anyways, y'all. That's it for this story. Was this even a story time? I'm still gonna call it a story time. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe. I ain't said before. Check out my other videos. Bye.